Everyone, I wanted to do a reading today on the psyche of the United States. Like every country has kind of like a personality, and the astrology chart puts it at the natal sun being in the water sign Cancer with Jupiter and Venus there, and seventh house of relationships. We've had much to do with relationships all over the world. When we started this country back in 1776, started this constitution around that time. So I wanted to look at the archetype cards by Carolyn Mice, which can give a picture of personality types. So I think the way I'm going to do this is shuffle cards, and I'm going this row representing the first house, how Americans see themselves, how they project an image outwards. And the positive attributes of this is the visionary. Sagittarius rising speaks to that. So the visionary is a capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others, willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. So those are the positive attributes of the U.S. The negative, the shadow, is selling insights to the highest bidder, compromising your vision to make it more acceptable. And you can probably think of your own examples of this, how we can be two-faced that way. The ascendant Sagittarius, the descendant Gemini, speaks to the two-facedness in the USA chart. The second house, money, resources. Let's see, what's the archetypes there? Where are we at today? The child or the orphan. Independence based on learning to go it alone, conquering fear of survival. So yeah, I think that speaks to a lot of people that have come to this country to escape persecution, wanting to make a better living for themselves, wanting to be self-made. And the shadow of this card is feelings of abandonment that stifle maturation, seeking inappropriate surrogate families, being the orphan child, coming from different countries. Could speak to that. The positive is the independence, learning to go it alone, be self-made. The negative is inappropriate kinds of maybe tribal affiliations, the way we are tribal now in this country. Okay, let's look at the third house, communications, activities. What does the hero, the heroine, the light, hero, the heroine, wanting to be communicating, being the hero. Definitely have the cult of the hero in this country. Think of Disney, think of all the movies that are made of Superman. That way, the wanting to have a hero save the day. Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, Iron Man. And the negative of this is the escapism and the false sense of heroism. So we elected a president that pretends to be a hero right now. Okay, the fourth house. Foundations, ancestors, so many different kinds of ancestors, so many different kinds of people here, different parts of the world. For the fourth house is the shape shifter, shifting our shape. The light attributes is skill at navigating through different levels of consciousness, ability to see the potential in everything. And that's really neat here. You have the image, and then you have these different kind of chakras, the purple, the blue, the orange, the green, and the brown red tones, the seven centers in the body. The negative is projecting any image that serves your personal agenda in the moment. We may be guilty of that around the world as a country. Number 4, shape shifting. Very interesting. Number 5, our creativity, resourcefulness in terms of creativity, industry, inventions. Where's America right now with that? Whoops, the fool. Light the fool. Ask. Fearlessly revealing emotion, helping people laugh at the absurdity and hypocrisy. So, using humor to wound rather than to liberate, denial of your emotional truth. So, we're not really acting on behalf of our truth right now in terms of our willpower or our intelligence. That's what the fifth house represents. Let's look at the sixth house, work, service, health industries, work, service, worker. Where is the worker? Wow, America sees the worker as the servant. So, delight in serving others with a free and loving heart is the positive. The negative is using a lack of money as an excuse not to move forward with life. So does that speak to a lot of the mega people, a lot of people who feel so disempowered that they'll believe anyone that appears to be their savior or anyone in this country that does that? Worship of personality cults, and have come and gone in this country. So the fourth house is the servant. Doesn't look too positive. Okay, that's 1 through 6. Let's look at 7 through 8, and we will refer to that. We need to for 6 houses. Now let's go to the 7th house. We look at our partnerships around the world. Where we partner. Wow. Either we think we're God and do whatever we want around the world, or we seek the right relationship with God. Certainly that speaks to the Christian movements in this country. But the light attributes of that is benevolence, compassion, recognizing the eternal force within yourself and others. The negative is despotism, cruelty, and using power to control others. I think that's definitely what's happening right now with this administration, trying to be God, but creating death, cruelty, just to please a small group of people that want to control everybody else's behavior. All right, the 8th house. Our financial debts, our financial obligations, our legacies, insurance corporations, what's happening with that right now? companion, where we partner, where we companion what we owe to others. So, loyalty, tenacity, and unselfishness versus betrayal and misusing our confidence, loss of personal identity. And this is what I was thinking about today before I decided to do this reading. I kept getting that what's wrong with the US is that we have like split personality going on, bipolar issues, people out of control, people in fear, as opposed to more wholesome ideas of happiness, brotherly, sisterly love, or humanity, helping one another. But there's a split in the psyche. So let's look at the ninth house, our philosophy, the way the foreign people see us, other countries. Oh, it's not a card. There it is. Okay, saboteurs. We're sabotaging ourselves. The saboteur. See, person wanting to evade responsibility and taking off on a balloon. Fear of self-empowerment and the changes it would bring to your personal life. This could be where we need to step off now, that brink of either we self-destroy with our negativity and our racism and our caste system, super rich, wealthy, and then middle class and poor. Do we continue to play the saboteur in the world, messing up other people's democracies or other people's countries or other people's the tariffs right now, economies? The 10th house, again, how we operate in this world, other nations, taking a big gamble right now. The gambler, you see a fool here, he's blinded, can't see where he's going. So not having a clear vision, intuition, not stop gambling, taking risks. And on one's luck rather than hard work. It's very interesting. If you look at the United States, having Libra in the 10th house cusp, rather than having balance, fairness, and justice, which is what we pretend to want to spread democracy around the world, off and on over this nation. Right now, we're the gambler, the fool, the saboteur. Trying to play God. Not good. America's trying to play God. Okay, pioneer. So, what can be something new, passion that drives us, the pioneer, towards groups, goals, beginnings. Beautiful card. Passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. Sending a man to the moon, or a woman now, man and women, space station. Sending rockets up for pleasure. The astronauts not always being scientists, but now it's like a joyride for the rich. With you know who they are, and their aerospace programs. Okay, so that was the 11th house. 8, 9, 10, 11. 12th house is the Avenger, shadow, resorting to violence in the name of a cause. So, desire to balance the scales of justice, righteousness on behalf of society or oneself. But I think we're doing the negative of this because we're definitely resorting to violence in the name of the cause, a cause, rounding up people, sending them back to positive things they have been doing in this country in terms of the farm workers, let's say. And anyone who wants to stay here had better be connected somehow with people in power. So the rules are not the same for everyone. So right now, that kind of shows the shadow of things here, the split in the psyche, wanting to play God, doing the negative of that, deportation, cruelty. Amazing, it's right there in the card. Deportation, cruelty. You can read it. Using power to control people, despotism, the despots, the tyrants, the fascists, the racists, people that can't seem to live with others on the planet. Betrayal by trusting, not having confidence in the relationships we form. That's the companion card, loyalty versus betrayal. The saboteur, self-empowerment versus self-destructive behavior. Trying to feel better about oneself by undermining others. The whole gaslighting thing, the whole making yourself look good so you can cover up your failure without owning up to it and doing better through self-reflection. Taking a gamble with the world, that's pretty intense. Not following intuition, doubting, relying on luck instead of doing the hard work. So gambling, the future, children in America, what are they going to be experiencing in 2038? 2028 is coming. Let's see if it brings a shift for the better. The energy of pioneering, passion for creating causes, goals, groups, or compulsive need to keep moving on without finishing what one starts. It's the pioneer. It's kind of like an Aries card. 10th and 11th house, and then the Avenger is the 12th house, the saboteur for self-undoing, what will continue to bring us down, resorting to violence in the name of a cause. Wow, there you have it. Got the visionary, the child, these archetypes, the hero, heroine, shape-shifting, the 6th house, work services, a servant. Servant to other countries, what? Fighting their wars, maybe. Okay, that's kind of interesting. I hope you like that. If you have any questions, again, this is based on the Carolyn Rice archetype cards. This is based on Jungian psychology. So it's a neat way to do readings with this deck. Okay, we'll see you on the next one. Like and subscribe and let me know what you think in the comments. Have a good day. Thank you for watching.